Hello, I'm Sifu Lawrence Hill. Welcome to SystemsWithinSystems.com. You can find me on all the different connections to all the different sites on that website. All right, so as I said, I'm going to be talking a little bit about stress and also bringing it into the Tai Chi and whatnot, and then maybe get into anxieties as well. I'm going to take this from two different aspects. One is the material side of dealing with stress, and then I think I'll go into also the soulful side of dealing with stress, which is a little bit more deeper about the individual. The soulful side, to me, we're all just like pieces of light, pieces of dust, floating through energy and time. And what makes us unique, each one of us unique, connected to what I like to call the matrix of creation, is that the conflicts, the battles that we have, those of us who have those conflicts and battles, we're trying to understand the self more. That's what allows us to connect to everyone and everything. And we'll get more into talking about that as the time comes down. But as I said, none of these videos are edited in any way. If we do the Tai Chi outside and stuff, if somebody starts a lawnmower up, well, either we'll cut it off or we'll have to deal with it. The family that I live with right now is away, so I'm taking advantage of Easter quiet time in here. So as far as dealing with material stress right now and how to deal with it materially, some of the things everybody's stuck at home. So it's important, if you're not alone and you have family, that you do some things with the family. Play games, talk, you have some quality time now. Take a disadvantage and make it into an advantage. Spend some time with your family and get to know them better. Do some exercising together. Exercising is really important. The idea of exercising, whatever it may be, you could do as a family unit, you could do individually. It's fun to do that. So since everybody's stuck at home, a great way of relieving stress is through the exercise. And I'll be going through the Tai Chi, and those of you guys who watch the channel and can practice the stuff that we're doing as a family or individually. So a great way of dealing with stress, and I'm not saying anything that nobody doesn't know, but what people don't know about that, it takes a little bit of discipline. I'm big on discipline, and this will probably come through the videos a lot. Life is full of compromises and dealing with the situations and the environment that you're dealing with. And it takes a bit of discipline to kind of get out of your funk. If you're in a funk, and if you have access to running around a block, if you have access to getting up and jumping rope, whatever it may be, whatever level you may be at, you need to get off your butt and do it. And that's a big problem when it comes to sitting around. You get stagnant and you start thinking about things that you can do nothing about. When I look at what's going on in the world right now, I kind of like that everybody's coming together as a community. We're all wearing masks. We're all walking around. We're all very conscious of what's going on, trying to be conscious of our neighbor, more aware of it. Even at my job right now, we're doing temperature screenings to make sure that if anybody has a temperature over 100 degrees, they're going home for the day, and then we check them out. It's just nice that we're all, how small the world is, and how we're all coming together to better ourselves, to better our lives, and as one big giant community. That's how I'm looking at it. So as far as dealing with stress at home, I think it's very important that you get up off your butt and do some exercising. Work out, do the Tai Chi. Everybody could do the Tai Chi, unless you have some major disability. But you can at least listen to what's going on there, and obviously you could be doing the breathing and stuff. For now, as well, when you find yourself losing it a little bit, stop. See your surroundings. See what's going on around you. Understand the the, the, the touch and the feel that you have. Be aware of all of your senses. And then at that point, let it go. Take some deep breaths. Now, there's different ways of breathing. That breathing I just did is kind of like a sigh. All right? And when we talk about breathing down the line, all I'm doing here is I'm filling up my lungs. There's more advanced breathing and different ways to go about it, which I may discuss down the line. But this is just filling up your lungs with air and letting it out. Now, you can do that in two ways. You can breathe through your mouth. If your nose is clogged, if your nose isn't clogged, you can breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. I try to breathe through my nose, though sometimes that's difficult because I've had my nose broken over 30 times and I have postnasal drip and all this other stuff. But again, I deal with it. It is important when you do this, and coming down the line, that you hear your breath. Listen to your breath, not simply just breathe. Sit in a comfortable position. You could do it standing or any way you want, and just because that's the most important thing you do. It's what allows you to be here and to deal with the situations that you're dealing with. Without your breath, without the knowledge of your breath, you would never be able to face what you're facing right now. The practice of being, experiencing. If you weren't here, if you weren't experiencing it, then you just simply wouldn't be here. That's the gift. So when you're breathing in, it really does bring you back. But it's important to hear your breath. Hear the breath going in and the breath coming out. And down the line, I'll go through some deeper meditations of breathing and whatnot. But this is really simple. When you hear your breath, it allows you to remember that you're here. You're here to deal with the situation that you're dealing with. And that whatever may come, that you're present to be here and deal with it. So what's ever going on in the world, what's ever happening, as long as you have that breath, which is the last thing that you have, the last thing that will go, it's important to recognize that and kind of release and get yourself back into like, hey, I'm here. I can deal with the situation. I can move on, and I could just be. The breath really helps with that. Again, just going. Hearing it. If you try that, how many times you want? I just saw a video at my job where they were talking about the breath. They say 10 times. I guess I don't count it. I just do it till it's like, before you're going in for an interview or you got to talk to somebody and it's not going to be good or bad or otherwise. You don't even realize it. You take this breath. I'm ready. I'm going to go in. That's because subconsciously your brain is reminding you of the most important thing that you have. Without that, you couldn't face any of this. So get back into the breath. Get back into you. Thank you. Grow, learn, teach. Breathe.